document and transmit.
We document history. We document what has actually happened.
It's actual proof of what has happened in the world.
If I didn't shoot it, it didn't happen.
We actually have a world mission.
It's just been non-stop the whole year.
Wherever there's an operation going on, whether it's an exercise, wartime tasking, humanitarian relief operation, we have trained still and video who go out there and cover every aspect of that mission or that operation from cradle to grave.
Combat Camera's job in garrison is to train. We got to be a little bit better than the rest. So we want to make sure we can't and won't miss the shots. So that has to be there. So we have video, photo, training, and last but not least is we train to support the highest level of combat we may be required to do. The better in shape we are, the better we can handle adverse operations.
The emphasis of the PG program that we implemented is to put our airmen in the mindset of going to combat and pushing themselves physically to prepare them for the demands of a combat camera deployment. It's going to be much more demanding than just going out and running a mile and a half and doing 50 push-ups.
Combat Camera used to have the tradition of folks actually applying for the squadron and generally only taking staff sergeants and up. We've expanded our opening to pipeline students, bring them in fresh out of tech school and get them trained up to the Combat Camera standard.
That's big here, especially for new people in from tech school, because they don't want to send you out there without knowing what to do in certain types of situations. Their motivation and their vision makes you want to become better, even if it's not what you want to do. Seeing their drive drives you.
Once our new inbounds have gone through their block training, the training they get more often than not is informal training on the road. We're trying to reassert ourselves this year as a unit that goes out and covers activities other than deployments.
Combat Camera's imagery is utilized at many different levels, and one of the greatest things is we send all of our imagery to the Pentagon, where that imagery, video and stills, is sent out worldwide to look at and see. But more importantly, that imagery is fed immediately to the DoD leaders. They have eyes on, because of Combat Camera, on what's happening in the world.
There is nothing better than being boots on the ground, shooting video and telling people stories. I can say without reservation that the reason I enjoy this is because it's an opportunity to tell the stories of the people that are out there doing the job. If it's not for us, those people will never be heard of again.
You travel the world, you see everything. Our job is the best job in the Air Force. As a photographer or videographer, you go into everyone else's job out there. You document them. You see them for a day or a week, a month, whatever. You're there living their job. But then you come back to your job and you have all this great imagery of what they do.
We cross every socioeconomic border that you can even imagine. We go out and we tell those stories. We shoot what's happening. It doesn't matter which nation you came from, which nation you're going to, which nation you're presently residing in. If we're there, we're going to document what you're doing. It's an incredible opportunity. It's also an incredible responsibility. Oh, you can't possibly do this job without being changed. You see the best and the worst of humanity.
And it truly does make us the best of the best. We are able to go anywhere, any kind of circumstances, and get that video, get those photos.
One of the things that we've done prior to 2009 and in 2009 is tell the Army story, because basically Iraq and Afghanistan is an Army mission, but we have to show that Air Force is in the fight as well.
When we went, the time frame was mostly humanitarian missions, showing us in a good light, showing that we was taking care of the folks in Iraq, as far as water, as far as food. The U.S. paid for schools being built over there so they can get better education for Iraqi kids, give them some kind of hope for their tomorrow.
In America, we value education, and we hope that these supplies will help you.
My experience in 2009, we were going to draw down forces and allow the Army to pick up the majority of the requirements. It's not really that we're losing missions, it's just the mission set has changed. We've gone from busting down doors to winning the hearts and the minds.
Basically, we're back on airplanes. Our flyers out there telling the combat mission how Air Force and airmen are in the fight. We have not been able to do that in years previous to that.
This squadron is focused on its mission. There aren't any distractions as to what we're here for and what we're here to do. So seeing that is, once again, simply amazing.